talking to the camera, to be honest, and making ASMR. As you all know, I think, if you watch my channel, I am someone who really enjoys ASMR, and I have my own favorite ASMR artists. So when my favorite ASMR artists aren't making videos, I definitely notice, and I definitely think of them, and hope everything's okay with them. So I just wanted to also start off this video by saying that I have been okay. All things considered, I have been okay. I know that it's a really difficult time for everyone right now, but relatively I've been okay, and things are not dire for me right now, which is a good thing because things are dire for a lot of people. I am so privileged. Although things haven't been easy, I have been okay. I just want to take this video as an opportunity to give you kind of an update on my life, because it's been a minute since I've explained anything that I've been doing. And I guess I'll start with about 3 weeks back, I got my first COVID vaccine shot. I got the Moderna shot, and as much as I really don't like big corporations or the way healthcare is run in the United States, I must say I'm so grateful for having gotten my first vaccine shot, because it's just been so long since I've felt any safety being around people. And I know that even though I have the first shot, I'm still not completely safe. I do feel a little bit more relaxed being around people, knowing that I have at least some immunity built up to protect me against COVID. So I must say I'm so grateful, and I'm also grateful that the COVID vaccine is available to everyone in the United States for free. For free, for free, for free. Just like all healthcare should be free, not just the COVID vaccine, but at the very least, it is good to know that the COVID vaccine is financially accessible. That's not to say that it's accessible in every way, because we all know that healthcare can be more than just financially inaccessible. It can be inaccessible for a myriad of reasons, but at the very least, it is a free vaccine, so I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful to have received the vaccine. In terms of symptoms after I got it, so I got my vaccine in South Brooklyn, and I'm so terrified of needles, like so terrified, and I went with my friend Christina, so shout out to Christina, because she also had her vaccine scheduled for the same appointment, and I was so nervous, but I took a few Xanax beforehand. I have a prescription for Xanax, so I was able to take a few of those before I went to the appointment, which really helped make me a little less stressed and a little more at ease when they give you the shot. And luckily, there was no real line, because my appointment was at literally 10 p.m., which is really random, and it was at a school, and so I didn't have to wait in line, which is kind of the worst part, is the anticipation of having to wait for the vaccine and thinking about the needle. So luckily I was able to walk in and then walk out, and I was probably only in the vaccination location for 25-30 minutes, and 15 of those minutes is me waiting afterward to make sure I didn't have any allergic reaction to it. So I got the vaccine. It wasn't so bad, and now I'm just one step more protected against COVID, and I have my second vaccine appointment this weekend. I'm actually trying to most of the symptoms weren't that bad. My arm felt like it was going to fall off my literal body. Like, it hurt so bad. It felt like someone had punched me in the arm 100 times. I couldn't even move it. I couldn't shower. Like, when I tried shampooing my hair, I couldn't get my arm above my head. I could barely change my shirt. Like, I wore the same dirty shirt for like 2 days because my arm hurt so bad after getting the vaccine. So, but if that's the worst thing that happened to me, then it really was not that bad. Hoping that the second vaccine shot is not so bad either. Okay, so that's the first update, is that I am getting vaccinated. The second update was that about, I guess, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago at this point, I went with my friend Katie and her friend from college, Emma, to Florida, and that was such a blessing because I am so tired of the cold weather, and in New York, it is a bit warmer, but it's not like hot out, and 3 weeks ago it was still pretty cold, so it was such a blessing to be able to go to Florida. It's a pretty long story, but my friend Katie, who's been in lots of my videos, her mom has a timeshare in Florida, and timeshares are the worst investment ever, and she had never literally been to this timeshare. Her mom bought this timeshare like 30 years ago and had never went, and has been paying like maintenance fees on this timeshare. So she asked Katie and I if we could go to the timeshare to maybe get some use out of it and to like let her know how it is, because she's sunk so much money into this investment that has been such a bad investment. So she asked Katie and I to go. The best way that I can explain making the way Katie's mom feels about having made this bad investment in the timeshare is, when you buy a piece of clothing that it's kind of like a stretch purchase, like it's a little bit too much than you're hoping to spend, and then you take home the purchase and you don't really like it that much, so you don't end up wearing it for like the first couple weeks, and it just sits in your closet, and then as weeks go by and as months go by and it just sits in your closet, you feel worse and worse about the purchase, and to the point where you don't even want to look at it, so you end up putting it in a suitcase or giving it away because you're just like, oh my god, I cannot believe I bought that, and it's just not getting any use. I think that's how Katie's mom felt about this timeshare. So it was really nice to have the opportunity to go with Katie to visit it. I ended up only taking off 1 day of work, and we were gone for a whole week. Well, let me start with how we got there. So we didn't want to take an airplane, one, because flying is expensive, but two, because of COVID, and we just didn't feel super safe flying on an airplane during Panorama. So we drove from, well, what I did is I took a train from New York, where I live, to Washington, D.C., where Katie lives, and then we drove, and then I slept there for the night, and then I slept there another night, and then the next morning, or the next afternoon, Friday, after work, we drove from D.C. all the way to Florida. And when I say we drove, I mean Katie drove, because it's her car, and I'm not really a good driver, nor do I really like to drive. So Katie drove most of the way. I took one turn at really late at night, at midnight to 3 a.m. I took one shift, and that was it. I almost fell asleep while driving. I'm just not a driver. But yeah, it was a pretty good time driving there. We had lots of snacks. We stopped at Cookout, which, if any of you are from the southern United States, maybe you know what Cookout is. I had never been before because I'm from New Jersey, and I had never really spent too much time in the South. But it's basically fast food. I would say it's almost between McDonald's and Five Guys. And they have lots of different shakes, but they also sell southern foods, like hush puppies, but you can't really buy anywhere in the north. So I don't know, it's like fast food, but maybe one step above fast food. That makes sense, like Five Guys, but not quite as good as Five Guys. I don't know if this is making any sense, but we got Cookout on the way, and we stopped at McDonald's, and we stopped at Panera Bread, which are two of my favorites. So that was really fun driving there, and we just talked the entire time, listened to some good music as well. I know because I was such an ocean person, but I really am. So I spent a lot of time on that balcony. Oh, and the best part of not the Airbnb, the timeshare, is that there was a hot tub, which we went in literally every single day. We went in the hot tub for hours. I love, 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 love hot tubs so much. So it was like a dream come true for me to be able to go in the hot tub every day after work and just relax and, let my hair down, take some thoughty hot tub pictures. So that was really fun. My favorite part of being in Florida was that there was a nude beach that we went to. So we took one day off of work, which was Wednesday, and we were trying to decide whether we wanted to go to like one of those amusement parks like Universal Studios or Disneyland, or go to the beach. And because of COVID, we decided to go to the beach, also because it was cheaper. So kind of a combination of both those reasons. But it ended up being like the best decision because we found a nude beach, and I adore nude beaches because I just like to be nude, especially in public. It's just like a nice, freeing experience for me, and it's not even sexual. It's just like, I don't know, nice. It's like I feel very human, but I'm naked in public, which I love. It feels freeing. And the nude beach is such a good vibe because it really is not sexual there. It's mostly like families and couples there who are just trying to be themselves and feel liberated. Very hippie energy. So I really like it. The only thing is that you have to apply way more sunblock when you're naked because parts of your body that aren't usually seeing the sun are seeing the sun. So like rubbing some sunblock on all over my private parts, was like something that I was doing constantly because I was like, God forbid I get a burn on my butt and then I can't sit down for a week. So that was the only thing about the nude beach that was a little bit concerning. But other than that, I had a really good time. Did a lot of swimming. I took a lot of fun pictures in the nude with Katie and Emma. And then we drove back. Again, when I say we, I mean Katie did most of the driving, although I think I did a longer shift on the way back. And the big cool thing was that Katie and Emma were able to get their vaccines on the way back in Georgia because at the time you couldn't get a vaccine anywhere. And in DC, Katie and Emma did not qualify for the vaccine, but in Georgia they did qualify. So on the way back we stopped in Georgia so that Katie and Emma could get vaccinated, which was really great. Yeah. Oh, but it's funny because we didn't realize at the time, we thought that you had to live in Georgia to get vaccinated in Georgia, and Katie and Emma obviously do not live in Georgia, so we were coming up with like a backstory for why we were there in case if they asked, and they were trying to think of like, different, like, I don't know, they were trying to say, we're in college here and we're students, and we were just making up a funny story to say like that they lived in Georgia in case they asked, but turns out they didn't care, and that it was just like we had come up with a whole story for no reason. Okay, so after Florida, I came home last week. Yes, last week. And I just caught up on like cleaning my bedroom and working. I did a lot of Hinge and Tinder swiping after I got back because me and my ex-boyfriend have been broken up now for, I don't know, almost a year, like 9 months, 10 months, and I feel ready to start seriously dating again. And so I want to be doing that. So I just feel like I have to now be putting myself out there, I guess. And one way to do that is by using these apps, which is pretty much the only way to do it right now since we're all not able to go to bars or like different social events that we were able to do before the pandemic. So it's been mostly Tinder and Hinge for me, and I've been doing that a lot lately. I haven't really met up with anyone yet, but I've been swiping. I don't really have good luck with the apps. I made a whole video about me using dating apps. But yeah, I don't really do well with that. relationships, but I haven't really been meeting with people. But at the same time, I've been like talking to guys. Well, one particular guy that I used to see, but then we broke up, which is actually a funny story. And he watches some of my videos, so maybe he'll be watching this one. But this guy, his name is, let's say his name is, I don't want to use his real name for his own, I guess, safety, but let's say his name is Jeff. Okay, so I was seeing Jeff for a few months this year, nothing like super serious, but we decided we weren't going to hook up with other people, so it was a little bit serious, but not like boyfriends serious. Like, I wasn't really introducing him to like my sister, and like it was just like casual yet serious. Does that make sense? I don't know. But anyways, I am someone who like really wants a kid. I'm always talking about wanting a child because I really want more than one kid. I want like 3 kids. I think I want to adopt, but that's besides the point. I just really want a kid. And Jeff is someone who isn't so sure that he wants a kid. And I am constantly talking about wanting a kid. And so then one day, Jeff says to me, he's like, okay, I understand, Eric, that we're not really serious and that like it may be kind of extra for me to be bringing this up right now because we're not really a serious relationship or anything, but I just want you to know that I'm not sure that I want kids. And I was like, okay, like, cool, I guess. Like, I don't know why you're bringing this up. It's not like we're like boyfriends or anything, or that we're like been dating for a year. Like, why are we even bringing this up? And he was like, Eric, I understand that we're not that serious, so it might be extra that I'm bringing this up, but it would be really weird for me to not say anything because you bring up wanting kids at least 3 times a day, and it would be really weird if I dated you for a full year of you talking about wanting to have kids, and then at the end of the year I told you that I didn't want to have kids after you've said that you wanted kids every single day, and you would have been like, why did you not say anything? So this is me right now saying something, which I then was like, okay, I guess that's really valid because I do bring up wanting kids so much. I guess I'm not self-aware enough. Like, I didn't really realize exactly how much I talk about wanting children, but he picked up on it and was like, I need to say something now before it's too late. So at that point, we hooked up a few more times, and then eventually decided that we should stop seeing each other in a romantic way, which then we did. But then, of course, like, nothing's that simple. Since then, we've like hooked up again, maybe once or twice, and we're still good friends. So like, we still end up seeing each other a lot. But then it's always a little bit like, are we gonna hook up? Are we not gonna hook up? And I'm leaning toward like not hooking up, but then I'm like, okay, but I really like him, so should I just hook up with him? Write down below what you think I should do, because I don't know, I'm at a loss. Should I just like hope that eventually we're on the same page about wanting kids? I know that that's probably not healthy because we should both not feel pressured into either having kids or not having kids. So, but then I'm also like, it's not even that serious because we're never in a serious relationship, so does it matter if we're not on the same page? But then I'm like, okay, it does matter because what I want eventually is a serious relationship, and I want that soon. So if I just keep hooking up with him and like seeing him, is that just like really defeating the purpose of what I actually want? I don't know. Oh, I do know, but I don't really know what the best way to go is. So comment down below if you have an opinion, and I'm happy to listen to it. So besides Jeff, I've been not seeing anyone, but I've been texting a lot of guys on Tinder and Hinge, and that's pretty much it. I also have J-Swipe, which is like the Jewish dating app, but I've literally never met someone on that, so if you're on J-Swipe and you're nice and friendly and cute and you're gay, then hopefully one day you'll show up on my J-Swipe, and then we'll match, and then we'll fall in love and have beautiful Jewish children. To be honest, I don't really even care or have a preference if I end up with a Jew or not. I really don't. I want my children to know their like ethnic culture, which is Jewish, but I don't really care if like they are Jewish, if that makes sense. Like religiously, they're gonna be ethnically Jewish no matter what because their dad will be. But I don't care if they're like religiously Jewish. So I would marry someone of any religion or ethnic background. I don't care. I just find that I get along really well with Jews in general because a lot of us have similar histories. So that's just something. If there's any other apps that I should be trying that I'm not using, please give me the suggestions because I'm single and ready to mingle. What else in terms of updates? Oh, so I hope that no one I work with is watching this, but I applied for grad school for school counseling, and I got into the program. I was hoping that I would be able to do part-time program for my master's while continuing to work at my current job. Because my current job pays me a lot of money, and I need the money to pay off my student loans. So I was hoping I could go to grad school and work at the same time, but the program did not accept me as a part-time student, only as a full-time student. So I got in, but I can't go because they're only allowing me to do full-time, which I cannot afford to do financially because I have lots of student loans and I pay my own health insurance and my rent and my phone bill and food and everything, so I couldn't possibly do that while not working. So yeah, I won't be able to go to grad school right now, but maybe I'll apply again next year to a different program that allows me to do part-time so that I can continue to work. So I'll be at my job for the foreseeable future, and hopefully eventually I can go to grad school. It's pretty much my dream to be a school counselor. I don't really dream of like working, but I do really enjoy being with kids and students, and I enjoy being a mentor figure. Like I volunteer as a college mentor right now, and I really enjoy it. I guess my dream is to become some type of like YouTube famous ASMR artist and helping people fall asleep into a full-time career. Maybe one day, if you all like this video and comment, it can happen maybe sooner than later. So this video is getting quite long. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I should update you all on. Yeah, I mean, I'm just holding in. I'm trying to be the best person that I can. I'm trying to give away and redistribute a lot of my money recently to people who are less privileged and who need the money. And I think that is one thing I can definitely be doing with my current job since they pay me pretty well. And, there's nothing better I can do with my money than redistribute it. I'm not perfect, and obviously I don't redistribute all my money and give it all away, but I do definitely try to make that a priority. So yeah, I've been focusing on that. I've been focusing on my family and friends. My friend Carolina, who just had the baby, named Gino. He's so cute. I spent some time with him in DC when I was there. My sister is having her baby in June, so I am helping prep for that. In some ways, I just bought the baby a bunch of baby books, which is so cute. So yeah, that's pretty exciting as well. I think I'm gonna cut off the video here just because it is about half an hour, and I'm running out of things to talk about. But I really enjoyed making this. It was so therapeutic for me. I hope it was enjoyable for you and that you got some tingles, or maybe I said something that really resonated with you or that you are relating to right now. And if that's the case, I'm so happy I made this video. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day, afternoon, or night, whatever time this is. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please comment down below. And I will see you next time.